Hello, my friend, Pastor Kurt here, and it is Thursday morning of our Thrive Conference. And I love this day because it affords me the opportunity to ask you this important question. What's your joy level? What level are you at in joy? You know, if you're a person who wants to take your walk with Christ seriously, sometimes you make the mistake of thinking joy is not very spiritual, and I'm not going to check my joy level. And nothing could be further from the truth theologically. I mean, your joy level, it's just important as your hunger level. I mean, if you don't check your hunger level, you can get hangry. You can become grumpy. None of us like you in that state. Or if you don't check your rest level, you don't get enough sleep, you can get groggy and not do your work well. If you don't even check your busyness level, you can get overwhelmed. You can get stressed. You can get, well, again, you're not very good to be around. Same thing's true with your joy level. If you don't check your joy level, well, your effectiveness with others goes way, way down. And the abundant life you're meant to live in Christ also goes way down. In fact, if you want to look at this idea of God commanding joy by asking us to rejoice, it's all through the Bible. Here's a bunch of Bible verses. Get ready. I know I usually only do one, but I'm going to give you four. Zephaniah 3:17, the Lord your God is with you. He is mighty to save. He will take great delight in you. He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing. So God rejoices. Then we have Romans 12:15, rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. Then Psalm 68, 4 and 5, sing and rejoice before him. A father to the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy dwelling. And of course, the classic Philippians 4:4, rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. There's really three ways we need to check our joy level. One is, are we rejoicing mentally? What does that mean? That means to engage intellectually and learn truth. You're one epiphany away. You're one truth away. You're one idea away from solving a bunch of problems in your life. Don't get stagnated. Don't start using all the same old ideas. Go get around some leaders and learn a truth that will unlock your future. That's rejoicing intellectually, rejoicing mentally. The second one is rejoice spiritually. What is that? That's leaning into worship. That's saying, you know what, God, I'm going to leave all my cares at your feet. I'm going to leave all my concerns at your throne, and I'm going to give myself over to just worshiping you. Some of you are so stuck mentally and so grinding mentally, you don't take the moment to worship. I want to tell you, sometimes the breakthrough happens up here when we start worshiping in here. So there's mentally, there's spiritually, and then there's to rejoice relationally. What does that mean? That means to get into community. That means to love others and let yourself be loved. Kurt, where can I actually get a great idea, worship God, and get around some people that will inspire me? I'm so glad you asked. At the Thrive Conference. And here's the cool thing. You can watch it all on demand and live this year, which means right after this refuel, you can go to watch.thriveconference.org, watch.thriveconference.org, and you can log on right there, and for just a little tiny fee, helps us pay the bills and keep the lights on, you can actually have several choices of how to get that content. You can get the whole thing for a year, every single thing we can do. You can watch online, you can get on demand. The choices are yours, but what's going to happen is you're going to actually get an idea. And you're actually going to see an online community, and there'll even be opportunities to worship. And your joy level is going to rise. What could happen if you got full of joy? Well, I tell you what can happen. Your life will get better, and the people around you will get better. Watch.thriveconference.org.